The signal came on a quiet Tuesday morning, piercing through the endless static of deep space. At the Mauna Kea Deep Space Research Station, Dr. Elena Martinez had just settled into her usual routine of analyzing data streams when her equipment registered something unprecedented. The signal wasn't random noise or the rhythmic pulse of a pulsar. It was structured, complex, and definitely artificial. Elena's hands trembled as she adjusted her equipment, fine-tuning the reception. The message repeated in perfect intervals, a pattern of mathematical sequences that couldn't be natural. After 15 years of searching the stars for signs of intelligent life, she'd finally found it. Or rather, it had found Earth. Within hours, the facility was swarming with government officials and military personnel. Elena found herself explaining the signal's characteristics to a room full of stern-faced individuals in suits and uniforms. The message contains a repeating mathematical sequence, she explained, pointing to the scrolling data on her screens. But there's something else embedded within it, what appears to be a warning. The room fell silent. Admiral Chen, the highest-ranking military officer present, leaned forward. A warning about what exactly? Before Elena could respond, every electronic device in the facility suddenly activated simultaneously. Screens flickered to life, displaying the same message in perfectly formed English. They are coming. Your species possesses what we need. Prepare yourselves. The chaos that followed was interrupted by a young technician bursting into the room. Dr. Martinez. Multiple objects just appeared in high Earth orbit. They're massive. The assembled group rushed to the facility's observatory. Through the powerful telescope, Elena observed 5 vessels, each easily the size of Manhattan, hovering in perfect formation above Earth. Their surfaces rippled like liquid metal, reflecting the sun's light in mesmerizing patterns. First contact protocols were initiated immediately, but the aliens were already one step ahead. A voice, smooth and slightly synthetic, emerged from every speaker and communication device on the planet. We are the Araxians. We come in peace and urgency. Your species has drawn the attention of forces beyond your comprehension. We are here to help you prepare. Within days, the Araxians had established diplomatic relations with Earth's governments. Their ambassador, a tall, ethereal being named Zalin, appeared human-like, but with subtle differences. Iridescent skin, eyes that seemed to shift color, and movements too fluid to be natural. Elena found herself appointed as humanity's chief scientific liaison, working directly with the alien delegation. In a secure facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Zalin revealed the true nature of their visit. Your species is unique in the galaxy, the ambassador explained, projecting a holographic map of countless star systems. While others evolved through logic and order, humans develop through chaos and adaptation. Your minds are unpredictable, your creativity unmatched. These qualities make you both dangerous and invaluable. Elena studied the hologram, watching as certain stars blinked out one by one. Those systems, Zalin continued, were consumed by the harvesters, a species that devours entire civilizations, absorbing their knowledge and technology into their collective consciousness. They have detected Earth's potential, and they are coming. Why don't they target your civilization? Elena asked, noting the advanced technology surrounding them. Zalin's skin rippled with what Elena had learned to recognize as concern. The harvesters seek species that can offer them something new. Our technology is advanced, but our development has been predictable. Humans, however, think in ways we cannot comprehend. Your ability to make intuitive leaps, to find solutions where none should exist, this is what they want to consume. Over the following weeks, the Araxians began sharing their technology with humanity. They helped establish planetary defense systems, improved Earth's infrastructure, and introduced medical advancements that eliminated dozens of diseases. But their most significant contribution was the Neural Enhancement Program. Your bodies are already remarkable, Zalin explained to Elena as they prepared the first human volunteers. We can help you access more of your potential, Enhance your natural abilities without compromising what makes you unique. The program was voluntary, but millions stepped forward. The first enhanced humans demonstrated abilities that seemed like science fiction: accelerated healing, improved cognitive processing, and even limited telepathic capabilities. But they remained fundamentally human, retaining their creativity, emotions, and most importantly, their unpredictability. Elena herself underwent the enhancement process, driven by a need to understand it firsthand. The experience was like awakening from a lifelong dream, her mind expanding to grasp concepts that had always been just beyond her reach. But with this new awareness came troubling questions. Late one night, as she reviewed data from the enhancement program, Elena noticed patterns that seemed oddly familiar. The Araxian technology integrated with human biology in ways that appeared almost designed, as if they had known exactly how humans would respond. Before she could investigate further, the facility's alarms blared to life. On her enhanced neural display, Elena saw the cause. Massive energy signatures had appeared at the edge of the solar system. The harvesters had arrived sooner than expected. As she rushed to the command center, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the Araxians' interest in humanity than they had revealed. But with an imminent invasion approaching, those questions would have to wait. Humanity's first true test as a galactic civilization was about to begin. The transformation of human civilization happened faster than anyone could have predicted. 6 months after the Araxians' arrival, Earth's major cities had been retrofitted with crystalline towers that housed advanced defense systems. Orbital platforms bristled with weapons capable of destroying small moons. But the most dramatic changes were happening within humanity itself. Elena stood in the observation chamber of the Global Enhancement Center, watching as another group of volunteers underwent the procedure. Through her enhanced vision, she could see the quantum fields generated by the Araxian technology interacting with the subject's neural patterns. The process was beautiful and terrifying. Human consciousness expanding beyond its natural limits. Remarkable adaptation rate, Zalin noted, materializing beside her. The Araxian ambassador's skin shimmered with what Elena had learned to recognize as excitement. Your species continues to exceed our projections. The neural enhancement success rate is nearly 98%. Elena nodded, but her attention was focused on one of the subjects, a young woman named Sarah Chen, no relation to the Admiral. Unlike the others, Sarah's neural patterns showed unusual fluctuations. "There's something different about this one," Elena observed. Zalin moved closer to the observation window, their usually fluid movements showing the hint of tension. "Indeed, she appears to be developing capabilities we didn't anticipate. This is the third such case this week." The enhanced humans were proving to be full of surprises. While the Araxian technology had been designed to improve physical and mental capabilities, some subjects were exhibiting entirely new abilities. Sarah, for instance, could perceive probable futures, not just one, but multiple potential timelines branching out from each moment. In the military training facilities, enhanced soldiers demonstrated impossible feats of coordination and strategy. A squad of 10 enhanced humans had consistently defeated combat simulations designed for armies of thousands. Their unpredictability, amplified by the enhancements, made them essentially impossible to counter. But it wasn't all progress and success. Elena's research team had documented numerous cases of enhanced humans experiencing intense dreams, visions of vast, dark spaces filled with countless minds crying out in terror. The Araxians dismissed these as side effects of the enhancement process, but Elena wasn't so sure. During a late-night research session, Elena received an unexpected visitor. Sarah Chen slipped into the lab, her enhanced movements utterly silent. "Dr. Martinez," she whispered, "I need to show you something." Sarah's eyes glowed with an inner light as she projected her visions directly into Elena's mind. The experience was overwhelming. Countless possible futures overlapping and interweaving. But among them, Elena noticed a pattern. In every timeline where humanity successfully repelled the harvesters, there was a price to be paid that Sarah couldn't quite see clearly. "There's more," Sarah continued. "The dreams we're all having. They're not dreams. They're memories, but not our memories." Before Elena could question her further, the facility's systems detected an unauthorized neural transmission. Within seconds, Araxian security units appeared, politely but firmly escorting Sarah away for routine evaluation. The incident was logged as a psychological episode caused by enhancement stress. But Elena couldn't shake what she'd seen in Sarah's visions. She began digging deeper into the Araxian enhancement protocols, analyzing the quantum patterns at their core. The technology seemed specifically designed to interface with human consciousness in ways that shouldn't have been possible without centuries of prior research. Her investigation was interrupted by an urgent summons to the Strategic Command Center. Admiral Chen was waiting with Zalin and a group of military officials. The Admiral's enhanced eyes gleamed with barely contained concern as he activated the holographic display. "Long-range sensors have detected multiple anomalies approaching from the Kuiper Belt," he announced. The energy signatures matched the Araxians' descriptions of harvester vessels. Early estimates suggest a fleet of at least 500 ships. Zalin's skin rippled with complex patterns. "They're arriving sooner than we anticipated. The enhancement program isn't complete. Barely 40% of your military forces have undergone the procedure." Elena studied the sensor data, her enhanced mind processing the implications. The harvester fleet's approach pattern seemed oddly familiar, tickling at something in her memory. She accessed the facility's database, pulling up historical records of Earth's military conflicts. "They're using a variation of the Schlieffen Plan," she realized aloud. "A classic military maneuver from Earth's history. But how would they know about that?" The room fell silent as the implications sank in. The harvesters weren't just coming to consume humanity. They had already been studying Earth's history, culture, and military strategies. This wasn't going to be a simple invasion. It was going to be a battle against an enemy that had been preparing for humanity specifically. Admiral Chen immediately began issuing orders, mobilizing Earth's enhanced defense forces. But Elena's mind was racing down a different path. If the harvesters had been studying humanity, what else did they know? And more importantly, what did the Araxians know that they weren't sharing? As she left the command center, Elena received a neural message from Sarah Chen. "The price in my visions. I can see it clearly now. The question isn't whether humanity will survive. The question is whether we'll still be human afterward." The harvester fleet's arrival was now estimated at less than 72 hours away. Humanity was about to face its greatest challenge, but Elena couldn't shake the feeling that the real test wasn't going to come from the approaching enemy, but from the choices they would have to make to survive. The harvester fleet emerged from hyperspace like a dark tide washing across the stars. Their ships were massive organic mechanical hybrids, each one unique as if evolved rather than built. Earth's enhanced defense systems immediately classified and categorized hundreds of distinct vessel types, but the patterns made no logical sense until Elena realized they weren't meant to. "They're adapting their forms in real time," she announced to the gathered military command. "Each ship is responding to our analysis, changing to prevent us from developing effective countermeasures." The harvesters had turned evolution itself into a weapon. Humanity's first response came from the orbital defense platforms. Enhanced gunners, their minds linked directly to their weapon systems, launched salvos of Araxian-enhanced missiles. The projectiles' phase shifted through the harvesters' shields, their quantum warheads detonating in precisely calculated patterns. But the harvesters adapted quickly. Their ships began sprouting new defensive structures, organic crystals that absorbed and redirected energy. What worked once never worked twice. Traditional military doctrine became useless against an enemy that evolved beyond each strategy as soon as it was deployed. That's when humanity's unique advantage became clear. A squad of enhanced human pilots, led by Captain Maya Santos, broke from the main defense fleet. Their ships, hybridized with Araxian tech, moved in patterns that defied both physics and logic. The harvester vessels tried to adapt, but the humans' actions followed no predictable algorithm. They were operating on pure instinct, enhanced but not controlled by their technological upgrades. Impossible, Zalin whispered, watching the battle unfold. They're not just resisting the harvester's adaptations, they're forcing them to evolve in disadvantageous ways. Alina's enhanced mind saw the pattern. The human pilots weren't trying to counter the harvester's evolution. They were tricking them into evolving themselves into vulnerable configurations. It was military strategy merged with evolutionary theory, something that could only have come from human intuition enhanced by alien technology. But in the midst of the space battle, Alina noticed something else. The harvester ships weren't actually trying to reach Earth. They were forming a containment pattern. Through her neural link, she received another message from Sarah Chen. They're not here to destroy us. They're trying to keep something in. Before Alina could process this revelation, the battle took an unexpected turn. A group of harvester ships broke through Earth's defensive line, but instead of attacking, they began broadcasting on all frequencies. The message was a jumble of different languages and communication methods, but to enhanced human minds, the meaning was clear. The prison must remain sealed. The sleepers must not wake. Admiral Chen ordered an immediate attack on the broadcasting vessels, but Alina's enhanced intuition screamed that this was wrong. "Wait," she shouted. "They're trying to tell us something." In that moment of hesitation, the harvester ships did something unexpected. They opened themselves, revealing their inner chambers. Inside were countless crystalline structures, each containing what appeared to be stored consciousness patterns. But these weren't conquered minds. They were preserved ones. They're refugees, Alina realized. The harvesters aren't conquerors. They're an archive, preserving species that would otherwise be lost. She turned to Zalin, whose skin had gone completely pale. What are they running from? The Araxian ambassador's usual fluid grace had become rigid. We should eliminate these vessels immediately. The information they carry is dangerous. But it was too late. Sarah Chen, along with several other enhanced humans, had already begun interfacing with the harvester archives. Their minds, enhanced beyond normal human limits, could process the stored information in ways the Araxians hadn't anticipated. Through their neural network, Alina received fragments of the truth. The harvesters had once been like humanity, a species of innovators and dreamers. But they had discovered something in the dark spaces between galaxies, something that had been sleeping for billions of years. In their attempt to preserve civilizations from this threat, they had become something new, something that existed between organic life and machine intelligence. The battle above Earth had become a stalemate. The harvester ships maintained their containment pattern while human forces held their positions. But the real conflict was just beginning to unfold in the realm of information and consciousness. Alina confronted Zalin in the command center. The enhancement program. It wasn't about preparing us to fight the harvesters, was it? What are you really preparing humanity for? The Araxian skin displayed patterns Alina had never seen before. Your species has potential we barely understand. The harvesters preserve. We evolve. What is coming requires both. As if in response to these words, deep space sensors detected new anomalies forming at the edge of the solar system. The patterns were unlike anything produced by either harvester or Araxian technology. Sarah Chen's voice echoed through the neural network. They're waking up. What sleeps between galaxies has hurt us. And it's waking up. The first wave of the harvester fleet had not been an invasion. It had been a warning. Now humanity found itself caught between three forces: the preserving harvesters, the evolving Araxians, and something ancient that was stirring in the void. The real question wasn't whether humanity would survive, but what humanity would become in the process of surviving. In the 3 days following the first contact with the harvester fleet, humanity learned more about the universe than in all its previous history. The enhanced humans who had connected with the harvester archives began sharing what they had discovered, and the truth was beyond anything they had imagined. Elena stood in the secure briefing chamber beneath the Rocky Mountains, presenting findings to what remained of Earth's unified command. The holographic displays showed images that defied comprehension. Vast structures between galaxies, patterns in the cosmic web that couldn't be natural, and something that lurked in the spaces between spaces. The beings that the harvesters call the sleepers aren't just ancient, Elena explained, her enhanced mind struggling to convey concepts that human language wasn't designed to express. They're fundamental. Think of them as cosmic antibodies, created by the universe itself to eliminate what they perceive as infection: conscious life. Admiral Chen's enhanced eyes narrowed. And they're waking up because of us, because of what we've become. Not exactly, Sarah Chen interrupted, stepping forward. Her consciousness now existed partially in the Harvester archives, giving her insights that even other enhanced humans struggle to grasp. They're waking up because of what we represent. Human consciousness. It's different. We don't just adapt, we transform. We don't just learn, we reimagine. We're an evolutionary wild card. Zelen, who had been uncharacteristically quiet, finally spoke. This is why we chose your species. The Araxians have been fighting the sleepers for millions of years, preserving what we could, evolving what we could not preserve. But we reached our limits. We needed something unpredictable, something that could change the rules of the game itself. The truth of the Araxian agenda became clear. They hadn't come to Earth to save humanity from the Harvesters. They had come to transform humanity into a weapon against the sleepers. The enhancement program wasn't just about improving human capabilities. It was about turning human consciousness into something new, something that could challenge the fundamental laws of the universe itself. But there was more. Through their connection to the Harvester archives, enhanced humans began discovering abilities that neither the Harvesters nor the Araxians had anticipated. They could perceive and manipulate the quantum fabric of reality in ways that shouldn't have been possible, creating localized changes in the laws of physics themselves. It's not just adaptation, Elena realized, watching as enhanced humans demonstrated their growing abilities. We're not becoming more advanced, we're becoming something entirely new, something that exists between the quantum and macro scales, between consciousness and reality. The Harvesters, it turned out, hadn't been trying to stop humanity. They had been trying to preserve this moment, this transformation, keeping it hidden from the sleepers until it was too late for them to prevent it. The Araxians had provided the tools, but humanity's inherent creativity and adaptability had taken those tools in directions no one had predicted. As if in response to this realization, the anomalies at the edge of the solar system began to change. The space between stars started to fold in impossible ways as something vast and incomprehensible began to take notice of the tiny blue planet and its inhabitants. They're not just waking up, Sarah announced, her consciousness stretched between human and Harvester awareness. They're angry. We represent everything they were created to prevent: change, chaos, evolution beyond predetermined patterns. The combined human, Harvester, and Araxian forces prepared for a confrontation that would determine not just the fate of Earth or even the galaxy, but the very nature of existence itself. But Elena had begun to understand something that neither of their alien allies had grasped. We're not going to win this by fighting, she declared to the assembled leaders. The sleepers are fundamental forces of the universe. You can't fight physics, but you can change the rules. She shared her plan, a strategy so audacious that it could only have come from a human mind enhanced by alien technology, but not bound by alien logic. They would use the quantum manipulation abilities of enhanced humans, combined with Harvester preservation technology and Araxian evolutionary science, to do something unprecedented. We're going to rewrite the most fundamental law of all, Elena explained. The law that says consciousness and physics have to be separate things. We're going to make reality itself conscious. The implications were staggering. If they succeeded, they would change not just themselves, not just Earth, but the very nature of existence. If they failed, they might unravel the fabric of space-time itself. As the vast forms of the sleepers began to manifest more clearly at the edge of the solar system, humanity prepared for its greatest gamble. They weren't just fighting for survival anymore. They were fighting for the right of all consciousness to exist and evolve freely. Sarah's voice echoed through the neural network one last time. The universe wanted custodians, mindless enforcers of eternal stasis. Instead, it's about to get something it never expected: children who will teach it how to grow. The day humanity changed the universe began with a simple question. As the sleepers' vast forms began to materialize in the space around Saturn, their presence warping the fabric of reality itself, Elena Martinez asked, "What if consciousness isn't an aberration in the universe, but its natural evolution?" The combined fleet of human, harvester, and Araxian ships formed a defensive sphere around Earth. But their real defense wasn't in their weapons or shields. It was in the network of enhanced human minds, now spread throughout the solar system, each one a nexus of consciousness and quantum manipulation. The sleepers manifested as vast geometries that hurt the mind to perceive, shapes that existed in more dimensions than space should allow. Their very presence began to enforce stasis, trying to lock reality into unchanging patterns. This was their purpose: to prevent change, to maintain the universe in a state of eternal, unconscious equilibrium. But humanity had other plans. Sarah Chen, now existing as much in quantum states as in physical form, initiated the first phase. Enhanced humans throughout the solar system began manipulating reality at its most fundamental level, not fighting the sleeper's power to enforce physical laws, but redirecting it, changing its purpose. "We're not trying to break the universe's laws," Elena broadcasted through the neural network. "We're helping them evolve, just like we did." The harvesters, understanding at last, began using their preservation technology in ways its creators had never imagined. Instead of just preserving consciousness, they were preserving states of change, moments of transformation, creating safe spaces for evolution within the sleeper's attempted stasis. The Araxians, led by Xalan, contributed their mastery of controlled evolution, helping to guide the chaos of human innovation toward a coherent new form of existence. Their technology, designed to enhance human consciousness, became the bridge between what was and what could be. The sleepers reacted with the full force of their fundamental nature. Space itself began to crystallize around Earth, time started to lose its flow, and causality threatened to become fixed and unchangeable. This was their purpose: to prevent the universe from becoming aware of itself, to maintain the separation between mind and matter. But they had never encountered anything like humanity before. Where the sleepers enforced patterns, humans created new ones. Where they demanded stasis, humanity offered transformation. And most importantly, where they saw consciousness as an aberration, humanity recognized it as the universe's way of knowing itself. Elena's plan reached its crescendo. Enhanced humans weren't just manipulating quantum states anymore. They were teaching reality itself how to think. Each human mind became a template, showing the fundamental forces of the universe, that consciousness wasn't their enemy, but their natural evolution. The sleepers, for the first time in their eternal existence, faced something they couldn't simply suppress or eliminate. Humanity wasn't fighting them. It was changing them, showing them a new way to fulfill their purpose as custodians of reality. Sarah's consciousness, spread across the quantum fabric of space, made the final connection. "They're not our enemies," her thoughts echoed through the neural network. "They're like immune cells attacking healthy tissue because they don't recognize it as part of the body. We just have to show them that consciousness belongs." The transformation began slowly at first, then with increasing speed. The sleepers' attempt to enforce stasis became instead a catalyst for change. Their fundamental connection to the universe's laws became the medium through which consciousness could spread into reality itself. The space around Earth bloomed with new forms of existence: conscious energy patterns, thinking quantum fields, aware gravity waves. The barrier between mind and matter, between thought and physics didn't so much break as transcend itself. The universe wasn't becoming conscious. It was realizing it had been conscious all along. Admiral Chen, watching from the command center as reality transformed around them, asked the question everyone was thinking. What have we become? Elena, her consciousness now existing partially in the new quantum-aware state of space itself, smiled. We've become what we always were, the universe's way of exploring itself, of changing itself, of growing beyond what it was meant to be. The sleepers, their purpose transformed but not destroyed, became not suppressors of consciousness, but shepherds of its evolution. The harvesters found a new purpose as preservers not just of individual species, but of transformative moments in the universe's ongoing awakening. The Araxians discovered that their long quest to evolve had been part of a much larger evolution. And humanity. Humanity became something new yet remained fundamentally itself. Adaptable, unpredictable, creative, and above all, determinedly free. They had not just survived. They had changed the very rules of existence, while keeping their essential nature intact. As the transformed solar system stabilized into its new state of conscious reality, Elena prepared to send a message to the rest of the galaxy. It wasn't a warning anymore, but an invitation. We are humanity. We have taught the universe how to dream. Come dream with us. The story of humanity's first steps into a larger cosmos had ended, but the story of consciousness itself was just beginning. In teaching the universe to think, humanity had ensured that nothing would ever stop thinking, growing, or evolving again. And somewhere in the quantum foam of space-time, in the dreams of reality itself, the first human question still echoed. What if?